Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's yin yoga video is going to be focused on the lower body, specifically our hips, and stretching and lengthening out our legs. You're going to start out by finding a comfortable seat in a relaxing, soothing place in your house. You can turn off your lights. We don't need any props. And as you find yourself sitting here, sitting tall on your spine, gently close your eyes. And as you breathe here, notice how you're showing up for today's practice. Your past is where you learned your lesson. Your future is where you apply your knowledge. And this present moment is the gift. It's where your true power lies. Because in today's fast-paced world, we all think too much. We seek too much. We want too much. And we become so consumed by that greed, that overconsumption and fear, that we end up depressed, living in our past, or anxious and consumed by the what-ifs of our future. We forget how to just be. And we become visionless, blinded by the moments between birth and death. When all that really matters is the space between two little breaths. Stillness. In today's practice, we're going to be reconnecting to this stillness, finding the space. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Holding here, really allow for expansion in your lungs. So you want to breathe in, fill all the way up. Then open your mouth, exhale, let it go, really empty out. Sigh it out. And we're going to start to fill up again, breathing in through your nose. Imagine the ocean pulling back from the shore. We're going to hold our breath here. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out, wash it away. See the water rushing back to the shore. And as you breathe here, see the water. Feel the air. Notice any sensations. Reconnect to this stillness. Find the space. Gently start to blink your eyes open. You can take some gentle movement, and we're going to meet in a tabletop shape. So coming onto hands and knees, I have carpet beneath me, which feels really good on my knees. If you have sensitivity, you can also put a blanket down or roll up your mat. And we're going to start out by opening up our wrists. So you're going to rotate your hands, palms face down, so your fingertips point towards the back of your mat. And you can simply breathe here as we open up the fronts of our wrists, rock forward and back, side to side. Maybe even take some cat-cows here. And then when you're ready, we're going to flip over to the tops of our hands so that the top of our hand is down on the ground. Fingertips are still pointed back. Same thing here, rock forward and back, side to side. Take your time, see how it feels. You can even just be still. And when you're ready, come back to neutral hands. Slowly walk your knees to the width of your mat. Tops of your feet are going to be touching to the ground, so we're not tucking our toes. Walk your hands out in front of you, melting your heart down towards the ground, and allow your forehead to rest to the mat. Your hips will go back towards your heels. This is child's pose. And as you breathe here, maybe you feel your belly against your thighs or the ground. Although yin is meant to be an edgier practice, if this feels like a lot, you can place a pillow beneath your chest to add more support. And this makes it a more passive shape. But that's okay if you need that to start out this practice. I know that child's pose can be more challenging for some than for others. So find a space that you can spend some time in. The goal of this first shape that we're taking is to allow our nervous system to come down, to bring our heart rate down, to connect with our breathing on a physical level. You can keep envisioning the water, breathing in as it pulls back away from the shore, breathing out as the water comes back in. Releasing any lingering sensations and fidgeting. Finding that stillness. If your mind is still racing and you're finding your thoughts all over the place, try and see what keeps coming up for you the strongest. And if you can find that one thing, whatever it is, We're going to take a moment to practice non-judgment. Whatever it is that's showing up for you, clearly it's coming up so that you can witness it and you can try to understand it, because maybe you need to release it. And as you continue to breathe from this space, from this thought, try to see what you can do to let it go or to understand it. Gently begin to bring your awareness back to the tips of your fingers. And start to walk your hands in towards your body. Very slowly, making your way to hands and knees, a tabletop shape. We're going to straighten out our right leg behind us. And then you're going to cross it over to your left side. And you're going to be looking past your left shoulder as if you're trying to see those right toes. Deep side body stretch down the right side of our body. And then we're going to bring that right leg back over so that it's behind us. Allow the inside of your right foot to come to the ground. Deep breath in, extend your right arm up for gate pose, gazing up past your right hand. As you start to lower your right hand back down, we're going to bring our right knee up behind our right wrist. Your right shin will square off with the top of your mat. Give yourself a moment to set up here. And then we're going to breathe in and walk our hands towards our body, creating length and space in our spine. You can look back and ensure that your leg is straight behind you. And then when you're ready, start to lower down. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. The front of our hips represent where we face our future. The things that are in front of us, the things that scare us. And the back of our hips, the part of our body that's facing up right now, represents our past, what's behind us. Maybe it's things that you want to let go of or things that you still think about from time to time. Have you ever felt like you needed to completely burst into tears? Especially after coming out of a shape like this. It's because our hips are extremely emotionally charged. They're considered the body's junk drawer, and it's a place where we tend to store our emotions, things that we haven't really dealt with. I want you to remember that in this moment, regardless of what's showing up for you, and if you're thinking about things from your past and your mind is spiraling into all these different areas of your life that already happened, know that that's where the opportunity is. And you can apply it right here and right now. You are never powerless. You're powerful. You are your superpower. You have the ability to notice what feels good and what doesn't, and to tell yourself right here and right now that you don't want to feel that way anymore. And even though our hips serve as a storage unit in a sense, by taking time to focus your attention to your hips, to witness these things that are coming up, you can begin to work through them at your own pace, on your own time. Take a deep breath in to prepare yourself to come out. Slowly start to straighten out your arms, lift your chest, and come back up to a tall spine. If you'd like, you can bend into your left leg and reach your right arm back to grab your foot. And then we're going to tuck our left toes in and just swing our left leg all the way around, crossing it over our right thigh, setting up for what's known as shoelace. And your feet will be beside your hips, kind of like handlebars on a bike, as if you were to hold on to them. Place your hands behind you, fingertips pointed away from you. And just allow your head to drop back, opening up the front of your throat and finding stillness here. We came from one shape to another, so we're just going to take a few breaths here. Allow your chin to come back up to neutral. And when you're ready, reach your arms up, clasp your hands, flip your palms up towards the sky, and then fold forward, arms coming down to the ground in front of you. If it feels like a lot to have your right leg bent in, you can release it. This is known as half shoelace. You can also boost up your hips with a pillow if you need to. Find your edge, find the space in this shape that you can spend time in. We're going to be here for a little while, so it's important that you set yourself up properly. Then come back to your breath. Take a full inhale in through your nose. Very slowly roll back up to a tall spine. And just be still here for a moment. And very carefully unwind your legs, extend them out in front of you, and just place your hands behind you. You can gently tap your knees, flex your toes towards and away from your face, and then just breathe here. We got a lot of binding going on, a lot of hip release, so we're just going to be still for a moment. Release from your hands, reach your arms up, and if you want, you can flip your palms up towards the sky again, really lengthening in the sides of our body. And then on your exhale out, forward fold. Take a moment to grab onto the sides of your feet. We're going to start out by deepening this fold. This is typically not done in a yin practice because you want to really surrender towards the ground. So we're going to hold the sides of our feet, forward fold. And then when you're ready, release. Allow your arms to really melt down, but resist the urge to pull yourself down towards the ground. Imagine that you're bringing the ground towards you and let gravity do the work. As you breathe in, imagine you're breathing directly into the backs of your legs and your lower back. And then as you breathe out, imagine it softening in those areas. Breathe in, start to roll back up to a tall spine. You can drop your right ear to your right shoulder, left ear to left shoulder. And then come to a tabletop shape. Make your way there without a story. You can take some cat-cows when you arrive. This time we're going to straighten out our left leg behind us. We're going to cross it over just like we did earlier, looking past your right shoulder to see your toes. Feel that side body lengthening on the left side. I skipped it on this side, but you're going to come back to center. You're going to bring that left leg back to center. Allow the inside of your left foot to come to the ground. Deep breath in, reach your left arm up towards the sky for gate pose. Then when you're ready, lower your hand down, pull your left knee up behind your left wrist, setting up for pigeon pose. Your shin will be squaring off with the top of your mat. Take a moment to walk your hands in again, lengthening your spine just like we did earlier. And when you're ready, melt it down towards the ground. Take a deep breath in. Imagine you're breathing directly into your left hip. Exhale, feel it soften as you breathe out. Slowly begin to come back to your breath, walking your hands towards you, coming back up to a tall spine. We're going to bend into our right leg behind us and reach our left arm back to grab our foot. Slowly release and then swing your leg all the way around, setting up for shoelace, just like we did earlier. Being mindful that we're totally different on each side, so if you need to release your left leg straight and take half shoelace, that's okay. Your hands are going to come behind you and we're just going to be still for a moment. Allow your chin to come back to neutral, arms reach up. Breathe in, breathe out as you fold forward over your crossed legs. And maybe on this side it feels better to just stay tall on your spine. We're finding that Goldilocks edge, that space that we can spend time in, so you don't want to be in pain and you also don't want to just be kind of hanging out. You should really feel this in the sides of your legs. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, let it go. Allow yourself to just be here unconditionally. Softly begin to walk your fingertips towards you. You can bring your hands behind you to support you as you unwind your legs. Gently tap your knees. Then you're going to open your legs wide to a wide V shape. Take your right hand and place it to the outside of your left thigh. Then breathe in and extend your left arm up. We're going to take a side body stretch, bringing our left arm over to our right thigh. Maybe it's your calf, maybe it's your ankle, but resist the urge to grab onto anything. And you want to keep your left shoulder peeled open. Imagine that you're smelling your armpit. Hopefully you have deodorant on. And take a deep breath in and an exhale out. And after one full inhale and one full exhale, release and come to center. We're going to take a wide-legged forward fold. Allow your head and neck to hang heavy. Take a gentle breath in to lift halfway, and we're just going to tiptoe our hands over to our left side, coming into that side body stretch that we took earlier. So our left hand's going to rest on top of our right thigh. Right arm's going to reach up and over. You're going to feel this down the right side of your rib cage. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Release and come back to center. Carefully roll back up to sit tall. Slowly start to bring your legs back together. We're going to bring the soles of our feet to touch. So you're going to bend into your knees. Knees will splay out to the side. And then reach your arms out in front of you and very slowly lower down to your back. Move as slowly as you can. Place one hand to rest on your heart and one hand to rest on your belly. Feel the rise and fall of your belly as you breathe, the beat of your heart in your chest. Release your hands, slide them underneath your thighs, and gently lift your knees back to touch. Allow your legs to extend long on the ground. You can bring your arms above your head, take a full body stretch, reaching up through your fingertips and down through your toes. And when you're ready, come to meet with your arms by your sides, feeling the weight of your body on your mat. Releasing any lingering sensations so you can melt into final Savasana. Gently bring your hands to the center of your heart, or they can rest on your heart. A flower never sees its seed. And there are two types of seeds within our minds. Those that create anger, fear, frustration, jealousy, and hatred. And those that create love and compassion, equanimity and joy. You have the power and the ability to choose which ones you want to feel. And if you have a stress or a weight that you carry that makes you believe that everything needs to happen right now, you need to fix and solve all your problems right now. You just have to have faith, because faith reassures you that everything will happen at the right and perfect time. Before you go anywhere, give yourself a hug, grab your arms around your chest, then take a full body stretch and make your way up to seated. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me, and I hope to see you again. Well, not see you, but I hope you watch more videos. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.